going on, YouTube? Never done a video before. Just trying to maybe help out somebody who's doing the same thing as me and might want a couple tips that I have figured out through trial and tribulation. But here we are in Stoner's garage. We're restoring this old chicken here. She's 32 years old and she was getting pretty beat up. She used to be black. Obviously, I've just scraped the paint off. I haven't painted anything yet, or just doing all the patches and fiberglass work that you could ever want to do. Patching holes, changing some things. Let's see if I can turn a light on, maybe. Might do a little better. I got lights going out left and right in this old garage. Anyway, so yeah, scraped the paint, stripped it, cleaned the hull up, completely gutted the thing. Just want to make sure everything's done right, because if you're going to do it right, and don't waste your money, because obviously some of this stuff is expensive if you're doing it right. I'm using Total Boat epoxy resin, 5-to-1. Also, their gel coat, just aircraft remover, whatever, to get it all clean. Some primer there. I'll be just doing the gel coat on the bottom. Top, I don't know. She used to be black. Ooh, shit's settling. Whoa. Anyway, she used to be black. Her name was Black Beauty. She's got a ostrich seat. Really dirty. But I don't know which way is better. This way or this way? What would you guys prefer? I'm gonna go with this way because she's a long-necked chicken. But yeah, primering the bottom well with the epoxy primer to match the gel coat so it dries properly, because I'll be using a fairing compound. I don't really have it yet, but just some of the products I'm using. That's my primer for my top side. I have this really big factory SSXI whatever pipe here. Not made for the chicken, so I used to have the pipe kind of going at this angle. Didn't really like it. Shit was rubbing. Just had blowing couplers. I'm walking all over. Sorry guys, I just can't give you the right view here. I'll kind of try to be a better camera guy. Anyway, you can see the old line here where this side was over here. I cut it down, kind of gave it a little truss, basically scooted it all the way over to the tunnel, rounded it, filled it, rounded it, made it try to make it look like this side over here. Kind of hard to tell until it's painted. But you can see, I cut it up. It was pretty intricate, but this thing was dirty, and I'm getting it clean. Pretty much got everything 40 gridded is all I could damn find, but starting fresh template, filling the drain tubes in the old exhaust hole, because I'll be putting it in the tunnel just to kind of clean it up. And I kind of want to put, this thing's kind of weird. There's always water everywhere in this thing, so I figured a drain tube on each side of the tunnel would be convenient. some sort of Versi plug, or maybe I will just put regular drain plugs, but 2 Versi plugs would be kind of cool. I don't know. I'll probably go with the stock fitting and try a Versi plug. You know, see if it's taking in water through them or whatever. Just try them out. But anyway, yesterday's project was getting that all filled and ready for the pipe. It looks good. Looks like it's, I mean, the thing doesn't sit on the fucking bottom of the hole, but if it did, it would fit. I mean, it probably goes about like right there anyhow. But all the room in the world. All the room in the world. It's gonna be nice. Put this baby up. Got it powder coated through my local shop. They did a real good job. Looks just like original. So, yeah, last night, I guess, I tried it for the first time. I kind of was wondering how hard it was going to be, how I was going to do it. These are pretty deep chines, so I didn't want to go crazy and do anything too hard. But we're filling the you can see it's pretty deep right here. It's like 3/4. Just filled that. Just filled these. Did this one last night. It's hard. That one's wet. That's wet. Working my way around it. Anyway. So, a few tips. Wax paper. Bicycle stick. Cookie sheet. Perfectly in here, just like this, and it gives you a nice flat surface to soak up your fiberglass. I like to just lay strips down and pour epoxy on it, and then kind of wipe the stick, pull the fiberglass up, lay it down. I'm just using matte right here. Nothing crazy. It's a little thinner, but it still works. Just using up what I got. Maybe get something different. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But what I'm doing is cutting different widths and exact or various lengths of mat into strips, laying them down in there, and then carefully laying the strips as you could imagine. You know, in there is a bad example, but obviously I like to kind of start with really thin ones and work my way up to wide. I'm using a paper cutter, really helped. Who wants to sit there and cut fiberglass and try to cut it straight? So luckily we had one of these, and I kind of folded up to make it fit, you know, and it just cuts better if it's a little thicker. This stuff's kind of worn out, it's falling apart, but I'm going to use it up. Anyway, cut your, put your stuff in here, and gives you a nice, this stuff is old. Anyway, yeah, it's falling apart, guys. I'm working with some older cloth here. I got some new cloth and stuff I'll be getting. But right there, that is the biaxial cloth. And that, once I get all of this flat, as in I'm going to build it up in here so that it's flat. And once it's flat, I will come in. I'm going to reinforce and lay cloth over the stringer just past the glue. I've cleaned the glue up so the cloth isn't disturbed too much. Lay it to about right here. I don't know how well that's gonna go. I don't have a vacuum bag. I'm just working with what I can. So lots of cleanup. Sure, there's gonna be some running and maybe the cloth drying out, so I'll probably have to add a little bit even after it's ran while it's still wet. I don't know. Maybe I'll put in some slow and then add some hard to the top. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, biaxial cloth, reinforced stringers getting laid over the stringers, and then once the stringers are reinforced, I'll come in with a square piece on each section, methodically cut pieces. Get this out here. That I cut it in two pieces so it doesn't get two. So that'll be one U, and this will be probably a few strips, some miscellaneous pieces that are all done at once so they kind of mesh. And I had an accident on the bottom. This support, this frame, whatever you'd want to call it, popped out of that groove because I hit it so hard. All the bottom's been repaired, but I plan on taking the cloth up it a little to reinforce it. Some people are saying to go up and over the bond line. I'm just not. I'm already adding so much weight to this thing that Buddy's gonna scream regardless, but I'm gonna try to avoid that. Just go up past my thing here. I wonder how this video even turns out because I'm all over the place. Once again, I've never done this before. I just wanted to help someone. Like I said, I've been doing this for a little bit now. I don't know, 7, 8 years maybe. But I'm out here in Colorado, guys, and I'm in California. I don't have races. I used to have a ton of skis. My jet mate's outside. I have a Yamaha VXS. It's in the shop getting just a few things done to it. I didn't really want to do it. Work on that because it's a little new. But yeah, got that for this setup. Old hoverboard. Anywho, yeah, winter projects. This thing's getting a built motor through Z-Force. Its motor and each motor is at his place. Getting some port work basically on the cylinders. I'll be doing some light porting on the bottom, and had the cranks done by Jeff. Those are ready. Just need to port the bottom, get those assembled once I get the tops here. Really slow working, guys, but hoping to have this thing, that thing. I think it's just the motor. I should be able to get that fairly easy. I still got a lot to go on this. Paint bottom, side, inside hull painted, motor built, lots of shit. It was something else that I'd kind of been. There's just, who knows? It might take I might not have it this summer. Fuck. But it'll still be a fun ride. Pretty one too when it's done. But yeah, hope you guys maybe needed some help on this extremely long video, basically to tell you to cut up strips to fill your chines. But maybe you got some more information out of it as far as not being afraid to tackle some big jobs. I guess another thing I could show you, since I'm kind of going into chicken mode here. These stringers right here have, oh, this one's worse. Let's use this. They have detached pretty much, so I'm going to lift them up. I've gotten the screw out. I can't do much other than just lift it up as much as I can, get some glue under there, wedge it, get it glued back down tight, and then I'm using like some panel bond or plexus, something like that, to glue it down really well. And then I'll come in, I'll fill these little smaller chines up front. They might be a little different. They're more a little different shape. Fiberglass can be a pain in the ass, so we'll see how well and pretty all that goes and how much heartache that is. But I'll fill the chines, come in with cloth, well, go over the stringer a little bit, probably reinforce it to the wall. You know, the piece will be attached to the wall, over the stringers, and down onto the thing a little bit. And then I'll come over, put some cloth over all of it. Probably can get this all in one piece, maybe. But anyway, this thing is killing me. We'll see. See you guys.